So this is your 1 hour chart and this is your 5 minutes chart. So we want to see price on a ground trade and got to this point, reversed, and created a new zone here, a demand zone in the 1 hour time frame. So after, we are not going to use this zone to trade because it's a fresh demand zone after a downward trend. So we are waiting for price to break structure and on the way up, create a second zone. So when we see this second zone created after this first zone, that is when we'll now go to M5 to take the entry. So as soon as this appears, then we'll now come to the 5 minutes time frame where we'll be looking at for something like this. My friend, don't be stubborn. We'll be looking out for something like this. Okay, so on the M50, on M5, we are looking for a new zone to be formed here after this has happened. So when this has formed, we are not taking the trade with this. We are going to be taking this trade with the second one that will be formed. And at this point, we have our moving average. So at this point, we'll see our moving average. So at the time this zone is formed, we are either going to be taking this trade. Sorry, let me give a better illustration. So, okay, maybe we'll have our moving average running from the top side and like this. Okay. All right. So after this zone, we are taking our trade at this next zone, not this first zone that was created. Once we see this, we'll wait for a new zone to be created here. And after we have confirmed a new zone has been created, we'll wait for a second one. And if you can see this second one, we are taking this as our exponential moving average 200, this line. So once this zone is created and price should trade out of it, crossing the 200 exponential moving average. So on the rate test of this zone, we will buy. So what I'm saying is, if you have a zone after this first one created, but it's created below the 200 exponential moving average, if you're going to take this trade, it should be that this price has gone above the 200, then on the rate test of it, you buy. Or if this did not happen, you wait for a new zone. We want to trade, we want to confirm that the direction has changed before we take the trade. You wait for a zone that's created above the 200, created and retested above the 200. On the retest of that zone, that is when you buy. So it's either a zone is created below and retested, but on the retest of that zone, price may have traded above the 200 and come back to retest it. Or we trade the one that is created and retested above the 200 exponential moving average. So why you are leaving this is because direction, this is showing us that the trend is changing direction. So you have to wait for a confirmation of another zone created before you are now certain that this is an uptrend before you buy. The same thing on its way going up this way and price get to this point, created a supply zone. Don't just take a sell on this. Wait for the price to trade below and form another zone. So there are two things that will happen. Either so the two things that will happen is this. Either a new zone will be created here, then you think of trying to sell, or price come back to retest this first zone and start coming down. So these are the two reasons why you will take a trade here. So on this one now, price may just decide to come back to retest. So on this retest, after this retest now, you can start looking for your entry setup on the M5. If not, wait for a new zone to be created. This is the 1 hour before you come to look for your entry on the M5. A new zone created. On the retest of that zone, you come to M5 to look for entry, or the new zone was not retested, but a new one was created above it, then you come to your M5 to look for your entry for a buy. So the same thing goes for a sell. So what are we looking at for if we want to sell? So for a sell, we are looking at So awesome. So this is what we are looking for. So now, when we have a zone, now after this zone, let me just make something clear. After this zone, after trading this zone, and you see another demand zone creates here, if you have closed your trade already, you can look for, go after this one, you can go to your M5 to look for an entry because it's a confirmed trend. It's the uptrend is confirmed. So once you see this zone, you go again. If you see another one here, you go for the buy. But for the reversal, once you see this happen, you either wait for price to retest it, then after the retest, you come to your M5 to look for entry, or you wait for a new zone to be created, a new supply zone. Once this new supply zone is created under this first supply zone in the 1 hour time frame, you come to your M5 to look for your entry. This is what you are looking for. You need to have a new zone created on the M5, then you wait for a second zone. When you see this second zone created, on the retest of that zone, you either sell if before the retest price traded below the 200 moving average and retested it. If not, if this did not happen, you wait for a zone to be created below the 200 exponential moving average. On the retest of that zone, you sell. So right now, we'll go over to the chart. All right. So this is my chart. This is the 1 hour. I don't want to go to old. Let me just use something recent. Okay, look at this. Let's assume price has been coming from up before this zone was created. We're assuming because that's not what really happened here. Price is uptrend here. But let's assume this is what we have. Price was coming from up, and this zone, this new zone was created, that is CHFJPY, on the 25th of 26th of January. So this zone was created. As soon as you have this zone created, you are not just going to start looking for your entry here. You are waiting for this zone to be retested. So on the retest, this is a retest, and this also a retest. On the retest of after the retest of this zone, then you go to your M5 to look for your entry. 26. This is 26th. So this zone that was created in the M5 is around here. If I put my crosshair, you'll see that this is it. So now the zone has been created. You are looking for a fresh one after this one, a new zone. But it didn't happen here. So the following day, this is what we got. We had a retest, another retest. So during this retest was when we have this zone formed. So once you've seen this zone, you wait for a new one to be formed, which is this. As this one is formed, on the retest of this zone, you must ensure that price traded above the 200 before coming to retest it. So on this retest now, you take a buy from here. Then all the way up. So even when price come back to it, you're waiting. We are waiting for the up move, and this is when the move happen. Another retest. Okay, that is how it is. So now, after this, you see this one formed. As soon as this one formed, you can look for entry for this one because this is confirmation that price is will continue upward. So this is on the 28th of January. So 28th of January, we have this form, which is this. So you are not using this as the zone that is formed with the 1 hour zone in the M5 is not the zone you are trading. You are trading a new one that will be formed. So this price came to retest it here. This is the retest. After this retest, you are waiting for a new zone to be created. On the retest of that new zone, that is when you are buying. So maybe it was created but disappeared, but nothing happened here. You leave it. Don't force yourself into the market. Then what happened the next day? We still have another new zone created on the 1 hour, which is I think is this one. Let me check. This one. Yeah, exactly. Created, which is this one. So what are you waiting for? You are waiting for a new zone, not this one, a new zone, this to be created. On the retest of it, you buy. But if you look at here, price went up, came back, it did not retest it. Then you just who are trading the retest. You wait until a new one is created. So you are waiting for the retest of this one. Price should come back to retest it, but it didn't happen. A new zone was created. On the retest of that zone, this is where you are taking your entry. Because you were expecting price to come and retest this, price may decide to break below here to come and retest. So you put your stop loss below this one, not this one. So that in case price broke below this one, it will retest this one and go your way. That is your entry. See another new entry formed here, another new entry, a retest. You enter and just like that. So now until we have this formed. So when you have this formed, you are not going to take this. So when this was formed was when we had this. So you're not going to start selling from here. You are waiting for either a retest of this zone to confirm the change in direction or a new one created under it. So at this point now, you are not thinking of selling. You are thinking for another a confirmation of a zone or a retest of this particular one before you take your entry. So let me look for a setup that doesn't have a retest on the first zone. This one has. So when this happens, you are not selling, you wait for a retest of it, then you look for entry. So look at this. As soon as this was created, after this push, we have this created. You are not using this to enter. You're waiting for this to be created. So at the creation of this, you look for your entry just to confirm. That is CAD CHF on the 27th. So which is here. So look at after this was created. So this is what we are using to look for our entry. So let me see what we got on the M5 when this was created. So when this was created was that point. So it was here. So you are waiting. Once this is created, you are looking for a new zone to be formed. On the retest of that zone, we enter. I find that during back testing that most of the time, all these areas where we no longer have zone, the zones will go off because in the future, price has gotten to those areas and again, and it broke above the zone, so the zones will disappear. So you're looking for a zone under here that will be created, and the raters on the raters of that zone you sell. So that is how it is. Please practice it. This is just a refresher of the first training I did on this particular setup. So practice it, check your chart, study it. Then, as we start the new week, practice it to see how far it will go, so that you eliminate errors from your trading before you start using it fully. Don't just jump into this. Study it very well before you do that. So I wish you a profitable trading week. Please ensure you subscribe to this channel. Invite your friends to come, like, comment, and subscribe. Then you should also click on the notification bell in case we upload any video. You'll be notified. So please, we have a free Telegram group for training and trading as well. The link is just below in the description of this video. You can click on it. We also have a VIP group as well. If you want to join that group, you will contact me. My contact details are also in the description. Or when you join the free group, you also get to contact me through the free group, free Telegram group as well. All right. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching.